Hello again. Have you ever been told by your mortgage advisor that you're going to require a co-signer or a guarantor for your mortgage? Or flip side, has anyone ever approached you and said, hey, can you co-sign with me on my mortgage or guarantee my loan? Let's talk a little bit about that this morning. So the circumstance is this: you've got borrowers who have talked to their mortgage broker and they have these goals for purchasing or refinancing a home in a certain area or at a certain price point. And after my analysis of their equity and their income and their credit, we're coming up just a little bit short. So I say to them, go find a co-signer. Is there a co-signer or someone in your world who can guarantee this mortgage and just prop everything a little bit up by adding their credit or their income or their equity to make this thing fly? It's not uncommon, that is for sure. So let's get into the terminologies here. First of all, co-signer is someone who's going to cooperate on the loan, but they're also going to wind up on the title of the property. Guarantor is someone who's going to also cooperate on the loan, but they're not going to show up on the title of the property. In both circumstances, and now I'm talking to you as a potential guarantor or co-signer, there's two things that you need to be cognizant of. First of all, if anything should ever go wrong with the people for whom the mortgage is meant, if they ever start to get in trouble, get into default, miss payments, the lender has the right to go after them and you jointly and severally. So they can chase them and or you for the whole payment, the whole mortgage amount, the whole liability. So that's something that you need to be aware of when you go into this. In fact, particularly if you're going to be a guarantor, and that's usually, that's not as common as co-signing, because people usually like to wind up on title just as an extra measure of security for having guaranteed, or co-sign this mortgage in the first place. But if you're just a guarantor, you don't have any interest in the property. So I'll say it today, but a lawyer is going to tell you this, and in fact the lender will stipulate this anyway. You're going to need to go get independent legal advice before you actually go in on this with someone without any interest in the property. Second thing to be aware of is that for your own needs, if you have any borrowing plans in the future, particularly when it comes to real estate, if you're planning to purchase or refinance real estate of your own down the road, the liability that you're going to go in on with those people as a co-signer or a guarantor is going to show up on your credit report, and any lender for you is going to take that mortgage payment, let's just say $2,500 a month as an example, and say that that entire amount is going to be added to your debt load, whether or not someone else is making that payment, whether or not you've got half an interest only in that property that you're co-signing for, doesn't matter. So that could seriously impinge your borrowing power. That's something to just keep in mind. As a person asking for the loan, keep in mind that if I have done an analysis with you and things are coming up short on income or credit or equity, whatever the specific issue may be, when you're looking for a co-signer or a guarantor, try and vet them to the extent that you comfortably can, because if you wind up bringing a co-signer to me that's got a ton of mortgages of their own or their own credit issues, we may wind up at square one where I have to make the awkward phone call of saying, look, I'm sorry, but these folks aren't going to fly as co-signers with you either. So there's a few nuggets this morning when it comes to co-signing or guaranteeing a mortgage. Last little thing I'll say to the realtors out there. Folks, realtors, I'm going to tell my clients to tell you, because I'm not at liberty to share everything that I can on the file with you, but I'm going to ask them to tell you that there's going to be a co-signer or a guarantor in the mix. So there's just going to be another layer of things to me to take care of between a signed agreement and subject removal. Just something to be aware of. There's a few more moving parts, so make your offers accordingly. That's it for now. Have a great rest of your week, and I'll talk to you soon.